What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking through what kind of cars you guys should be using. Okay, so first what you guys need to do, the cars that I suggest are like, I don't suggest you guys use cars like this or like that or maybe like this or this. Those are really bad cars because they are sometimes, some of them are weak. Some of them's hitbox aren't that good, some of them are too flat, and some of them are actually really slow. So first we'll start off with the Octane. Now, there are many reasons why you should choose the Octane, because the Octane here, it has a really good and like strong hitbox, and it's also really fast. That's why I really suggest you can use the Octane. And also I suggest whenever you're making a car, don't use like things like the antenna and stuff. But if you're just a new player and you're just like here to enjoy the game and everything, then it's good for you to use antennas. But when you want to move on to become a little bit of a more like a better player, I suggest you can use simple decals. You can use some of the esport ones from like the teams, from the RLCS teams, or you can use really simple ones and stuff. But whenever you're creating a car, my one tip for you is that you need to make a car that doesn't really make you focus too much on the car, because you need to make sure that you're focusing on the ball more than you are focusing on your car. That's really something that I want you guys to focus on. So you can use really simple decals like Bradakius if you want, or you could use like NRG or like an Interstellar, but make sure that it's like something that doesn't stand out. And also when you're making it, like just choose a design that you're like happy with, a design that you like, and make sure when you're using wheels, let's start with wheels. Make sure your wheels are like simple wheels, not wheels that sometimes like stand out and are like really annoying, like disrupt you. Now this doesn't mean you have to always use Cristianos. You can use very simple wheels like Lupus, or some people you can use Zombas or stuff like that. But I know some of you guys don't really have that much money, so I suggest like simple wheels like DICs. But wheels that I don't want you guys to use, I really like, for example, these Chopper EG. They're not really that good. The Ghostbusters, it's a bit fine because it doesn't really distract you, and yeah, but if you want to be really sweaty like how everyone is, you can use Cristianos. Now boost. Now when we're moving on to boost, I want you guys to choose a boost that doesn't get onto your screen, not a boost that's like that. That's a bit too big and it might like come into your screen, and the shine coming from like the place where the boost is coming out, it is a bit annoying. So I suggest to use simple boosts like sparkles, or you could use some of the standard, as long as the boost doesn't annoy you or it comes into your face, it distract, or like it, because like when it comes into your face while you're just trying to play, it covers sometimes boosts. If they're big, they cover most of the screen, so I suggest you don't do that. I suggest you don't use like big boosts, for example bad boosts such as this, even Richter scale. Like you can see here, the stars are flying into the screen, which can sometimes get really annoying. But there are some simpler boosts like plasma and stuff. Like look at the money boost, you can barely see anything. Now moving on to toppers and antenna. Toppers and antennas aren't really used that much because they are like really, they just like really annoy pros, because it just gets into their way. It just makes them car like stand out, and it makes them focus on their car more. So I don't suggest use antennas or toppers, but once again, if you're just a new player like wanting to have fun and stuff, then you can choose to do toppers. But when you want to move on, you want to find out on tips on how to become better at the game, and you're like making your car but you don't want it to, like, you don't know how to make it, please guys, make sure you don't use toppers and antennas. Now, goal explosion, for me, it doesn't really matter. You can use any you want. Now, same thing with trail, doesn't really matter. You can use any trail. Now, engine audio, you need to make sure you're using one that does not annoy you, like a sound that's not really annoying. Like this, for example. The sound can sometimes get on your nerves and not help you focus. See, there is just an example of a good car you can make. Now, of course, here are some cars that you guys might want to use if you don't really like the Octane. If you like long cars, you can use the Dominus. Yeah, because the Dominus is quite cool. And I generally do kind of like it because it just feels fast and stuff. Yeah, you can use the Dominus. You can also use the Fennec. Fennec is favorited by many people. A lot of people like it and enjoy using the Fennec. Again, you can just use any good cars like the Fennec, Octane, Dominus. Now, there are some other good cars, but these are just cars I want you guys to choose. But some of you might not be able to afford like a Fennec, but Octane you do get for free, so I really suggest you guys to use Octane. I really want you to encourage you guys to use Octane. So this is a simple design, it still looks cool, clean, and it won't distract you from the play. Again, you can use other decals that aren't really annoying, like MG88 doesn't really annoy you and stuff. But yeah, so this was a short video just to help you guys on choosing your car when you want to move on from just having fun. Now, of course, when you start playing the game, you're just gonna want to have a bit of fun with the cars, but whenever you want to like change your style, you want to become like better, and you want to create a car that's clean and it doesn't really annoy you, I suggest you use this, guys. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you guys have a good